Next stop on the NNSCRA Huntburgers Pizza Truck Series brings us to the Milwaukee Mile in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. As we're here today for the running 50 laps of racing on this 1 mile flat track. And here's the starting lineup for this running event. On the pole, it's Levi McIntyre at 127 miles per hour. He's on the pole for this race here today. He's alongside Johnny Gardner, number 29, the Mopar Dodge. Second row sees Jessica Shelton at number 4, the Team ASE Ford. She's alongside number 98, Joshua Osborne in the Rebestos Ford. Third row sees Seth Cohen, 25, and 16, Charles Samper. Both those drivers carry in-car, in-truck cameras in today's race, as well as our driver who starts 7th here today, Dylan Young, in number 2. He's our third truck camera. He's starting alongside Kyle Matthews in number 20 and number 52. Next row sees number 3, Cole Deaver in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. He's alongside Keith Batson in number 28, the Napa United Ford. Next row down has number 60, Daniel Bouchard, and number 48, Paul Minnick. Next row has number 7, Logan Williams. He's flanked by number 94, Gene Samper. Next row down has number 43, Mike Becker. He's alongside number 30, that is Rob Evans, a pair of Dodges in that row. Next row down has number 24, Nathan Orman. He's alongside number 50, Kat Batson. She's alongside. Next row down has Stephen Colon at number 18 and number 5, Phil Parker, a Dodge and a Chevy on that row. Next row down has number 21, Quentin Moore, and number 19, that is Sebastian Dent. Next row down has number 87, Cassie Dent, in the Bell South Mobility Chevrolet. She's alongside number 38, Channel Lock Ford of Dexter Black. Next row down has James Sykes, our Daytona winner. He's alongside the 62. That is the truck of Roberto Crown Jr. in the Napa Auto Parts Dodge. Next row down has number 80. That is Jesse Turner, and number 1, Henry Williams. Next row is number 75, Zachary Fitzwater, and number 17, Robbie Bogues. Next row down, Mitchell Collins in 06, and number 6, Nathan Hudson. Next row down has number 86, that is Ty Dent, and number 44, that is Matt McIntyre. Next row down has number 88, Zach Winkle, and number 81, Scott Upton. And starting shotgun the field would be number 8, Matt Haas in a Delco Remy Chevrolet. He's alongside number 49, that is Josh King in the Airstream Machine Chevrolet.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
So the command's going to give to fire the engines here today at Milwaukee as the pace truck leads the field around for the pace lap. We'll be back to the start of the race right after this. Field being led through turns number 3 and 4 here at the Milwaukee Mile here, and look at this beautiful view you have here on this racetrack. As the field rounds off turn number 4 here, you're looking at what the crowd sees here at the Milwaukee Mile on the front stretch. Pace truck ducks off on the pit road. The field being led in the hands of Levi McIntyre and Johnny Gardner, a Ford and a Dodge on that row. Green flag flies and we're underway. This track here at Milwaukee has been in existence for well over a century. As these trucks round their way off turn number 2, Johnny Gardner has a slight advantage going in the third turn now in that Mopar Dodge, and he tries the outside lane. McIntyre down low in the 99 truck. Both these guys looking for their first victory of the season here, as is Joshua Osborne in number 98. Johnny Gardner leads at number 1 here. McIntyre tries the inside lane here. Gardner on the outside as McIntyre goes low, trying to get past. He's got some help with the number 4 truck of Jessica Shelton. Shelton, the winner twice so far this season. She won at Sonoma, and she also won at Martinsville. Trying for her third victory of the season as they come through turns number 3 and 4 now. McIntyre tries to pull back ahead of Gardner as they come to start-finish line. Who leads this time? It looks like Gardner by about a couple of feet. Yeah, more like Gardner by 3/4 of a truck length. Gardner hanging tough on that outside lane here. Now he finally pulls ahead by about a truck length, but McIntyre fights back on that low side. Meantime, Shelton trying to figure out who she wants to go with there. McIntyre falls in behind Shelton, but here comes Jess to the low side of McIntyre. Seth Cole, meantime, they're trying to get by Joshua Osborne in 98 as you go on board with Seth Cole, number 25. He runs in 4th position right now. Osborne trying to fight back on him. McIntyre and Shelton banging wheels a little bit here as they come down the back stretch. So McIntyre goes to 2nd, Shelton running in 3rd. All chasing Johnny Gardner, number 29, the Team Mopar Dodge. As Dodge right now currently holds 2 of the top 5 spots at the moment here. The other 3 are Fords. They're running 2nd, 3rd, and 5th. 6 is Charles Sanford. 7th position right now is Dylan Young. Battle for 8th between Cole Deaver, Kyle Matthews, and Keith Batson. Matthews has 8th now. Now it's British now between Batson and Deaver now for position. Deaver running in 9th position. Keith Batson in 10th. Logan Williams in the 7 truck runs in 11th right now. Batson fighting back on the outside. The outside lane looks to be a lane of choice here at Milwaukee. Pretty unusual that the outside lane could be the lane of choice there. When they practiced here earlier, the inside lane appears to be the lane of choice there. Now appears if you want to make a pass on the inside, you better have some drafting help. And usually you don't hear drafting, the term drafting I should say, you don't hear that in anywhere else besides Daytona and Talladega, or maybe even some of the 2-mile tracks like Michigan, California, or some of the 2.5 mile flat tracks like Indianapolis and Pocono. But that appears to be what the story here is at Milwaukee, as we watch Johnny Gardner continue to lead this pack here, as he's got about, maybe almost, let's see what the margin is this time by between those 2 trucks here. It is a half a second between he and Levi McIntyre, and we are getting word that the 38 truck of Dexter Black did not start before the green flag even fell, so he fell out of the race before the green flag even dropped. So that's going to credit him with a unfortunate DNS that did not start. So tough break for the man who drives the Channel Lock Ford. As we watch Cole Deaver and Logan Williams battle for position, that's 10th and 11th here to 3 in the 7 trucks. 12th position right now belongs to Paul Minnick. 13th, Daniel Bouchard. Gene Sanford right now runs 14th. 15th is Nathan Orman. 16th is Rob Evans. 17th is Mike Becker. Henry Williams runs 18th. 19th, Stephen Colon. 20th is Quentin Moore. Phil Parker, 21st. 22nd is Kat Batson. 23rd is Jesse Turner. Cassie Dent, 24th. Sebastian Dent, 25th. 26th is Mitchell Collins. 27th is Zach Winkle. And 3 wide racing back there. There's Scott Upton, Zachary Fitzwater, and Nathan Hudson. All going at it, along with the 83 of James Sykes and the 17 of Robbie Bogues. This is way back in the pack, about 32nd position right there. Upton now gets past. He gets the help from the 83 truck of James Sykes. And actually that moves Upton up to 30th position, but here comes Fitzwater to the low side, the number 75 Spears Manufacturing Chevy. Chevy on the low side, Ford on the outside as they go into turn number 3. And now Fitzwater goes by as they come off turn number 4. And here comes Upton coming back on the outside of the track here. Upton looks like he's going to beat Fitzwater to the line, but here comes Hudson to the low side, way down low in a 6 truck. As he tries to get by James Sykes, and now Hudson wants to go 3 wide between he, Fitzwater, and Scott Upton. This track is wide enough to where you can go 3 wide here in Milwaukee, but through the turns, it's obviously a little bit tricky. It being a flat track, obviously, this track almost reminds you a little bit of New Hampshire to a sense here. And whoa, those 3 got a little bit cozy come out that 4th corner. Hudson, whoa, gets a little bit loose right when they're up almost against Fitzwater's truck. This may be for 31st position, but they are really battling it back there. I should say 30th or there, but they are really battling it back there. So this is some good racing going on as the battling in the front of the field. Still being led, by the way, by Johnny Gardner, but it's kind of strung out a little bit. But this bunch right there, they're really battling it. They're 3 wide. Actually, I should say 3 rows of 2 deep right there. Josh King now punts the 17 truck back to almost to the last truck running in the race. That's Josh King in the 49 and the 17 of Robbie Bogues. Off turn number 4, they come here. Bogues trying to push Josh King. King almost got up against James Sykes in the 83 truck. Matt McIntyre in the 44 is also in this bunch as well, too, in the Federated Auto Parts Ford. And now, finally, the 6 truck of Nathan Hudson does get by Scott Upton in the 81, but Scott now has got Matt McIntyre all over his hind end. "15 laps in the books, and we are down to 35 to go here at Milwaukee. So far, some pretty good stuff going on here. In the back of the pack here, we'd rather have some battling on the front of the pack, but can't have it all, I guess. But anyway, the 44 and the 81 now going at it here hard. As meantime, Nathan Hudson tries to close up on the back of Zachary Fitzwater, who's now close up at the back of Ty Dent in the 86 truck. As he goes inside of Roberto Crown Jr., a pair of blue Dodges in the bunch right there, the 62 and the 86 trucks. And Roberto keeps the spot right there. Roberto right now running in the 28th position right now. Winkle ahead of him in 27th, and Mitchell Collins in 26th. And there's the last truck running right there. That's Matt Haas in the 8 truck. That truck apparently off pace just a little bit right there. As we go back to the front of the pack, it's still Johnny Gardner, the Team Mopar truck number 29. His teammate Rob Evans won at California this season here, and Johnny looking to get the victory here today, trying to put both Team Mopar trucks in the win column this season. Levi McIntyre, he's also got the same incentive. He wants to win here today as well, too, in the XI Barriers SKF Ford. Jessica Shelton, though, she's won twice, as we mentioned this season, at Sonoma, and she won Sonoma and Martinsville, I should say. And currently in hot contention for the championship as well, too. Seth Coleman's in 4th position. Seth has not yet won, but he hopes to do so as the season moves on. Joshua Osborne runs 5th as he's now got the heat from Charles Sanford in the 16 truck. Dylan Young in the 2 truck, the Team ASC Ford, as you go on board with Dylan Young. Let's take a ride with Dylan, see how fast he goes through around this racetrack here. It's 102 miles an hour in the middle of turns 3 and 4. He's off turn 4 right now. Across the start-finish line here, 151 miles an hour in turn number 1. And down about 103 in the middle of in turns 1 and 2. It's about 120 come off turn number 2. And again, about 151 going into turn number 3. And down about 101 miles an hour this time, going through turns 3 and 4. Put it flat to the floor of the front stretch for Dylan Young, and up to about 150 miles an hour this time. His last lap by 124.766 miles per hour. He runs in 7th position right now. Kyle Matthews runs 8th, Keith Batson 9th, and Cole Deaver runs in 10th there. Deaver and Logan Williams still battling for position. It's for 10th placer, the number 3 Goodwrench Chevy, and the number 7 XI Barriers Ford, excuse me. I almost said Chevrolet on that one, but but Logan Williams having one of his best runs this season. Paul Minnick again runs in 12th spot. 13th is Daniel Bouchard. 14th is Gene Sanford. 16th position right now, or 15th I should say, is Nathan Orman. Rob Evans is right there behind him in 16th in the other Mopar Dodge. I'm sure wishing he had the setup that Johnny Gardner's got right now in that 29 truck, who's still leading this race. Mike Becker 17th, 18th is Henry Williams, 19th is Stephen Colon, and 20th I should say is Quentin Moore, with Bill Parker running close behind in 21st position. So 37 trucks still running, and all 37 of them remain on the lead lap. But right now, Johnny Gardner has started this race in second place right there. He's led every lap so far. Poor Levi McIntyre started this race from the pole, has not led yet. And Levi wants to change that. There he is in number 99 truck. That's the same paint scheme he's going to have next season in the Castrol GTX Cup Series that you'll see on the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel for season 30. And McIntyre is closing up a little bit. It's now 49 hundredths of a second between the front two trucks here. The gap has remained almost the same, about a half a second in here. Gardner had to lead about almost 3/4 of a second at one point of the race. Off in the turn number 3 they come here. McIntyre tries to close back up on Gardner. There's the view down the front stretch once again here. Gardner across the line. Here comes McIntyre. And he lost a little bit of ground that time by about 51 hundredths of a second that time by between the front two. Meantime, Seth Cole trying to close up on Jessica Shelton right now. As Shelton runs third on board Seth Cole's truck. Seth trying to give Jess a little bit of help. Boy, listen to the sound of that truck. That's one mean sound. That is one mean sound under the hood of that Dodge of Seth Cole right there as they come off turn number 2. Runs in 4th position right now. We'll take a look at the fast lap of the race so far. The fastest lap of the race so far is being held by Levi McIntyre at 125.5 miles an hour, 125.598 to be exact. In fact, all 10 trucks, the fastest laps are all over 125 miles an hour around the Milwaukee Mile. Closing up on 30 laps in the books, there'll be 20 to go, and Johnny Gardner seeing his lead being eroded just a little bit, though. It's now down to 0.3 of a second, as McIntyre's got the help from Jessica Shelton in the number 4 truck. So the margin is this time by between the front two. It was 0.3 of a second the last time by. And Levi close up a little bit, 27 hundredths now between the front two. Levi goes high, Johnny sticks it down low in that number 29 truck. We may have a battle for the lead possibly developing here as they come in through turn number 3. Jessica Shelton still trying to help Levi just a little bit, and Seth Cole may not be out of this neither in number 25 truck. So you got two Fords sandwiched in. So you got two Fords sandwiched in between two Dodges, and a Ford running in 5th position as Joshua Osborne now suddenly finds himself under fire from Charles Sanford. In the 16 truck, there is Charles in the Papa John Chevy. And there's a look from on board Charles's truck. Charles trying to give Joshua a little bit of help and maybe make this a 6-truck race, possibly for the lead. Maybe for the win, possibly. And that margin shrunk big time. 19 hundredths between the front two trucks. If we go back to that front spot again. Gardner trying to pull ahead, but McIntyre not giving up. He nor Shelton. But Gardner pulled back ahead just a little bit there. McIntyre still trying to close it. But Gardner had that awesome horsepower down the backstretch, and that pulled him ahead by almost 0.2 of a second. Gardner goes high. McIntyre sticks it down low that time by. Low side usually is the shorter way around, though, at Milwaukee. Through turns 3 and 4 to come. Jess looks low on McIntyre for 2nd place. 124 miles an hour average speed so far. No cautions yet in this race here. And then McIntyre closed it back up a little bit now. 2600ths of a second. Almost a half a second between first and third right now. And Seth Cole less than 3/4 of a second back of the front in the front four trucks. And then a little bit of track there back from Seth Cole to Joshua Osborne. Seth runs in fourth position. Osborne a little over a second ahead, or a little over a second behind, I should say, in fifth position there. A little over a second behind the fourth place truck here, as Joshua and Charles tries to close it up a little bit. It's Dylan Young trying to be brought into this mix as well too. Off turn number 4 they come here. Joshua pulled back ahead of Charles Samper, who's now got the battle going on between he and Dylan Young. And you also got another battle right here. Kyle Matthews in the 52 and the 28 truck of Keith Batson. That's 8th and 9th on your screen. Matthews in the AC Delco Chevrolet. Batson in the Napa United Ford. Batson goes to the low side of the track here, trying to get by Matthews there. Those two trying to close up on the back of Dylan Young's truck in the number 2 machine, as Joshua Osborne has just flat pulled away from Charles Sanford right now. So that brought an end to that battle for the time being, but now the question still remains, who's going to catch Johnny Gardner, if anybody's going to catch Johnny Gardner in the 29 truck here. But Gardner's now pulled back ahead, is now 4,500ths of a second, as McIntyre tries to hold off Jessica Shelton and Seth Cole. So it appears to me that clean air is pretty much the way to go here at Milwaukee, looks like, and Johnny Gardner has proven that here today so far, as he's now stretched out a bunch now here, 5,800ths of a second, as the second, third, and fourth place trucks continue to battle out for position, as we watch now about what's now going to be a battle now for second place now. Unless the 99 and the 4 can make one last ditch charge here, and we're coming down to 10 to go now in this race. 40 laps in the books and 10 laps remaining in this race. Jess goes to high side a little bit on McIntyre that time by here, as Gardner pulls back ahead in that number 29 truck, as McIntyre seeing him getting smaller and smaller at this point. Seth Cole doesn't know what he's going to do back there, obviously. Shelton again looks to the high side. Seth goes low this time. And now McIntyre maybe getting ready to pull ahead of Shelton right now at this point here. So things starting to get a little bit spread out once again here at the Milwaukee Mile here. And it appears Johnny Gardner, unless that truck blows up, he may be on his way to victory here today. Not very much passing happening here as we look at this pack of trucks, and there's a battle going on right there. Daniel Bouchard inside of Mike Becker, Gene Samper, and Henry Williams in the 1 truck. Becker right now running in 14th position, Bouchard 15th, Williams right now 16th, Samper in 17th, and Stephen Colon running 18th, matching his truck number. And winning out in that battle was Nathan Orman, who's now running in 12th position, and 13th right now is Rob Evans. That's Johnny Gardner's teammate in the Team Mopar number 30. And problems for one of the trucks, that was Paul Minnick in the 48 truck that has spun. This changes everything now. Oh, Johnny Gardner did not want to see that yellow fly. And it's happening with coming to 6 laps remaining and it was a mechanical failure on the number 48 truck. This is why you had that big shuffle happening right there. Minnick was running 12th. Oh, yeah, there it was right there. There's why Orman passed there. Bouchard and Sanford got hung up behind the 48 truck of Minnick when his truck broke, and then there's, yep, and he's, yeah, tied in just about sideswiped him. There's some other trucks trying to go by him right there. There's the last truck right there, the 48 of Daniel Bouchard. But, oh, that is a tough break for Paul Minnick, who was running 12th when this all happened. Here come all the leaders going by. As Minnick tries to bring it on the pit road, but the truck just would not go any further. What in the... Okay, that was interesting. That truck just, for some reason, just went right into reverse and just backed it right into the over the curbing. At least Minnick made it through unscathed though, and not getting tagged. But like I said, this now changes everything. Gardner, who looked like he was on his way to victory here, possibly, well, he may have one last battle going on here for the restart, which will be coming up right now. Well, Paul Minnick has returned to the track, though, amazingly enough. He's now 2 laps down, so 36 trucks now remain on the lead lap. Well, Johnny Gardner's going to have to do what he is going to have to depend on that Mopar horsepower in the hood of that Dodge, because he has now got a couple of strong, hungry contenders there in Levi McIntyre and Jessica Shelton right behind him in 2nd and 3rd positions. 4th right now is Seth Cole. 5th is Joshua Osborne. 6th is Charles Sanford. 7th is Dylan Young. 8th right now is Kyle Matthews. 9th is Keith Batson. And 10th position is Cole Deaver. Pace Lights trucks are off, which means we're going to restart this time by here. The pace truck will come off of turn number 4, ducks off on the pit road. Green flag is out. 3 laps remaining here at the Milwaukee Mile. Here we go. Gardner got a good restart, but McIntyre was right there with him there. Shelton trying to push him. And again, Gardner unleashes the horsepower in the hood of that Dodge here as he pulls out his head just a little bit here. Now Shelton tries for 2nd place on McIntyre. This is going to let Gardner pull ahead of him right there. It's like this pack here. Whoa, that was close between those 2 trucks. Jess had to back off just a little bit there, going through turns number 1 and 2 right there. And now 3 wide between McIntyre, Seth Cole, and Joshua Osborne. McIntyre pulls back ahead. Shelton tries to look inside there. Meantime, the white flag's going to wave for Johnny Gardner, as he has got 1 lap remaining, and he says bye-bye to the rest of the field. And he's hearing those words every driver wants to hear from his spotter. You're out front, and you're pulling away. And it's the last lap. Gardner has not yet won the season, and that is going to change possibly here in a half a mile. In fact, it will change because I see no problems out of that truck. Off turn number 4 he comes. Checker flag waves, and first victory of the season for the wild man from New York. Johnny Gardner wins at Milwaukee. And that 3 wide battle for 2nd place is going to go to Jessica Shelton by just inches over Joshua Osborne, who finishes 3rd, Levi McIntyre 4th, and 5th to Charles Sanford. What a finish! Imagine if that would have been the battle for the win. I'd have liked that right there. If that had been the battle for the win, that'd have been amazing. Here comes that battle come off turn number 4. Here's what happened in that battle. We was watching Gardner to see, because he was leading the race the whole time. But here's the real battle right here. This was for 2nd place. McIntyre looked like he had it. And here comes Shelton and Osborne down the low side of the track here. Osborne looked like he might steal 2nd place away from both Jess and Levi. They came close. They were touching each other come off turn number 4. And Joshua thinks, I got her, I got her, I got her. No, I don't. Wow, that was close right there. Shelton by just about a quarter of a truck length over the 98 truck. Boy, it's a shame that wasn't a battle for the win right there. That was the only shame of this whole thing, but did not take anything away from Johnny Gardner in the 29 truck as he wins here today at the Milwaukee Mile. Average speed 112.236 miles per hour. As 10 races are in the books here, as we are here in the NNSCRA Hunt Brothers Truck Series season. Excuse me. Sixth place will go to Seth Cole. Seventh will go to Dylan Young. Kyle Matthews 8th. Keith Batson 9th. And Cole Deaver just held off Logan Williams. In fact, he pulled away from Logan on the last lap of the race. He ends up finishing 10th. Logan Williams comes home in 11th. 12th to Nathan Orman. 13th, Rob Evans. 14th will go to Mike Becker. Daniel Bouchard 15th. 16th will go to Henry Williams. 17th, Quentin Moore. 18th, Stephen Colon. 19th position will go to Gene Sanford. 20th, will go to Jesse Turner. 21st will be Kat Batson. Sebastian Dent 22nd. Bill Parker 23rd. Cassie Dent 24th. 25th will go to Mitchell Collins. 26th for Zach Winkle. 27th, Roberto Crown Jr. 28th will go to Ty Dent. 29th, Matt McIntyre and Nathan Hudson will round out the top 30. The rest of the finishers here today: Zachary Fitzwater, James Sykes, Scott Upton, Josh King, Matt Haas, and Robbie Bogues was the last of the finishers on the lead lap at least. And Paul Minnick, who had such a great run going on, he had a top 15 run going on until something went awry. On that number 48 MB&A Chevrolet. He ends up finishing in the 37th position, sadly for him. And as we mentioned, the 38 truck of Dexter Black was credited with a DNS that did not start when his truck failed him coming off the when his truck failed him before the green flag even fell for the race. So that will do it here today at the Milwaukee Mile. Congratulations again to Johnny Gardner as he wins here today at the Milwaukee Mile. And for now, this is James Qualls. This has been a production of the NNSCRA, celebrating 10 years of off-line racing at its best. We will see you at the Colorado National Speedway.